pretty sure Ben gets this one. Who knows? Nah, I'm pretty sure. No. Ooh, he gets the Cloud EX. You'll be able to kill anything but the Barthandelus, which is sucky. Oh man, I do not want to be Junior right now. Got 6 cards in hand, no cards on board. I'm gonna hit it with a... That feels bad, man. Gonna take this opportunity to just ditch 3 to play Cloud. I mean, in the hindsight of things, I honestly don't think that trying to protect the nail that hard was worth it. Especially when you know a deck like this has access to just really small pings. So I think keeping the Interceptor would have been fine. I think the AK's damage stuff was perfectly reasonable. The Arnea was fine, Barthandelus was fine. It also just sucked that Ben just had another Barthandelus for Junior. But I think I would just let it happen. But I guess Junior was just banking that he didn't have anything else after that. So that sucks. But Ben needs to find a way to get over this Cloud. That's a beefy Cloud. Ooh, he's gonna play Citra. Now what Ben can do is if he does kill the Cloud here by getting back, I'm assuming he's gonna get back with Ramuh EX, or not Ramuh, A Raiden. He can cast the Raiden, killing the Cloud by playing the Barthandelus again. If Junior does decide to play the Cloud ability again, which I'm assuming at this point you might as well, Ben can just play the patient game and just try to deck him out. Which is pretty good. I think Ben's in a pretty good position in which he can just do that. Because, let's see, he has... Junior runs Sages and Interceptors. I don't think I saw Belias's earlier. So I don't think... And he's already ran, I think, through 2 of his Sages, from what I can recollect. So I don't think he's going to have a really good way to just haste out of this one, per se. He is going to do Cloud ability. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's that kind of deck where it has the Belias in it. Not that I don't think the deck really needs it, but you never know. Different chokes for different people. Oh, he's gonna try to... Okay, makes sense. I don't think Junior's gonna be able to play like 2 things right now that randomly have face. Unless for some random reason he just plays 2 cost Tifa and 2 cost Zidane right now. Ooh, but that Zidane is really good. Because it gets the free swing in and is able to deal 8k to the Barthandelus. Ooh, Ramuh. Taking away Junior's dream of having the Zidane swing and deal with his Barthandelus. It's sad. You hate to see it happen. Yeah. Oh, and he gets another search. Oh. Ben's EX bursts this game have been ridiculous, though. But I know the deck's decently filled with them, so it's all good. To a point. Gonna play with Water Zidane. I think he's here to accept his fate. Okay. Goodbye, Zidane. Single Sakura. Ooh, Kadaj! It's not over yet. Don't count it. Oh, yep. Just gonna cast this shit, play Barthandos again, kill the cloud. Oh! Yeah, I don't think it matters, but okay. Swing with the cloud. Block with the king. He's gonna leave this man with nothing on the field. You hate to see it happen. That was a great game by Pokemon. Ben was, like I said, Ben was still able to play over the first misplay because just, you know, he had just so much extra cards off, and like his EX bursts were like definitely like the most insane thing I've seen in a little bit. I mean, his first three literally were just draw one cards, and then he later just got a king that technically wasn't necessary, but just kind of sealed everything. And especially that interaction where Ben just started killing all of his forwards, and Junior was trying to just save him, but he had to get rid of his backups.
Certainly was a good game. So yeah, that's going to do it for our round one. We'll be back here in just a moment as we finish up tallying our results so we can head on into round two. So stay tuned, folks. And as a reminder, we are Epic Gaming, a card store and venue space here in Portland, Oregon. We host tournaments throughout the week for a variety of card games and other types of games. Due to the recent COVID outbreak, we have moved all of our tournaments into the online space. That way our players can still stay connected and be a community without having to interact in the physical space and potentially spread disease. So, I want to keep our players as safe as possible. With that said, we have our next round about to kick off. Looks like on table one, we're going to have Ben versus Brian, a classic showdown for the ages. So stay tuned, and we'll be back here in just a moment. Welcome back, Nick.
Hello.
So on table 1, we're going to be having Brian versus Ben. How do you think that matchup's going to go?
So I think from what I heard from the tables, I think Brian's playing Mono Ice, which is really strong right now. The Remnant package is definitely a strong thing to contend with. The amounts of just having the ETB and the Death Trigger is so good. And with Kadaj just being able to also not only EX just allows you to search for any piece of the engine. It can be some decks just have way too much trouble with it. But Ben seems to like ramp pretty decently, and he seems to be able to just play like very early answers if he needs to, which also incorporate card draw. So he'll still be able to like keep up in the late game. So it'll be interesting to see at least. So,
Excellent. Well, let's head on over and as our players get set up and see what happens.
So it looks like Ben taking the first turn here. I definitely think it depends on. This will definitely be against the Remnant package. I think one of the hardest things is that sometimes you're forced to go first against it. And that kind of sucks because they can freeze your backups very early on. And that just ruins a lot of your temple plays the next turn or anything like that. So, and if your deck doesn't have like really good ways to deal with it, say board clears or such like that, like Chantoto or something like that, they can get some very early on damage that just allows them to push through into the late game. Like, if Brian has it, he can just play, I think it's Kadaj into Yazoo. But, okay, so maybe I'm just wrong about everything. But that's fine. He's going to play Class 10 Move, so he's running Earth Lightning. Okay. So, again, don't pay attention to what I've been babbling about for the first, 3 minutes. So that's cool. Ben's gonna play Kate Sif here. I should really tell players that they should reveal to everyone, just so that maybe spectators can also get a glimpse at the hand. But I'm gonna see if I can try to piece this together from just what he removes. It's a Gabramp. That doesn't help me. Gabramp's just good. But that's pretty good. And he's gonna play another backup. Wow, he already got 4 backups turn 2. Must be nice. Ben's definitely hitting into that late game super hard. Oh, this might be Rydia summons, possibly, but we'll see. He's gonna play Tyro. Definitely an interesting card this set. I haven't had much success with it myself. I think it feels a little bit clunky, but it's another backup that lets you the roll. I'm sensing some Maya shenanigans, but who knows? I play the Lael too. Yeah, Tyro's an interesting card this set. It can be any mana, which is kind of cool. And I mean, the damage 5 ability is sometimes prevalent, not a lot, but it can definitely matter in some matchups. I think people usually kind of stick it in there if they need just a little bit more just EX bursts on the early game. But who knows? It does let you search for any forward, which is really nice. So technically all forwards now have a searcher in Earth, which can be insane for some decks. Gonna ditch the Odin into remove here. What's he gonna play? Thinking 1, 2, 7. The Soya. Probably does help out decks like this that like to run a lot of Soya, because it's an extra 5, just barely getting there. With Rydia. Yeah, so it looks like it's his Rydia summon deck with tweaks. So we'll see where that goes. Ben's gonna draw 2. it's a pretty opportune time for Ben to play Une, because with knowing that Rydia's in hand, you don't really want to play any big threats, just because Brian can have a pretty good way to just answer it with either Rydia if someone upstairs allows it. Oh, he's just gonna straight up pass. Oh. I wonder if it's he has forwards that he doesn't really want to play into it, or if he just has a handful of summons and life's just not giving him the best hand to play with at the moment. Tap 5 again. Oh, Doga. Ooh. That's going to be harsh for Ben, who runs Une. Because anytime Ben just wants to play his Une, it's just going to get killed off. So I think Ben's probably gonna have to ditch the Une strategy, which doesn't really work for him, because that's kind of what a lot of his decks based around. Because that Doga just has way too much potential to make him minus hard off if he plays the Une like at any time. Tap 3, he's gonna cast the remove. He's gonna play long white bearded man and kill another long white bearded man. I think Brian's mostly fine with that. So Men might be able to get through this, because with the Rydia deck that Brian plays it, there's a lot of forwards that are kind of small, so that way Ben can, his summons might be just enough to just start killing some of them, and hopefully he'll be able to make just Brian deck out himself. He's already 4 cards on the minus in the deck. I mean, it's only actually kind of like 2, since Ben has to draw next turn for 2. And obviously all of Ben's cards make him draw, so it'll be interesting to see where they take this. He's gonna play Luminous Plume and grab back Wool. This is actually a decent turn to just play Une if he wants to get the ability to even trigger Une once if he wanted to, because a lot of Brian summons require there to be like a forward on the board. Hold up. Oh, he's ditching. Okay, I thought he was playing. I was like, excuse me. But playing Citra, probably a pretty good card to sack towards any answer that Brian has, because he'll still get a card back, and I don't think he'll fret too much. Although he should probably use the Terra as mana now, because I think the opportunity for Brian to play a summon now has increased, so it's good to try to use that mana efficiently. Unless he wants to really cast the summon, I mean, that's his choice. Ooh, he's gonna play the Rinoa on the Citra. Oh man, this is gonna be kind of spooky, because I don't think Brian discarded his Rydia, so if he just gets a good Rydia off, he'll be able to not only clear both forwards, but also deal with the Terra in the back, because I know Brian definitely loves to run triple Raiden, and I think he runs double Bahamut now, but he might run triple still. I don't know. New Opus allows for a lot of fun things to mess around with. You can ditch a Raiden, so that's a Raiden and Bahamut out of the deck, but we'll see what the Rydia decides to give him. It's gonna reveal top 5. Let's see what we get off this. gonna get Atmos. Okay, so he won't deal with both, but he'll still deal with one and still kill off the Terra backup. Luckily, Ben runs a lot of cheap backups himself. What's going on? Oh, he's placing the cards at the bottom of his deck. Okay. I'll play Chaos. It's gonna put him at 5 backups. Let's see. A lot of Ben's flat damage in that deck, sadly, is below 4K. A lot of it's like 3 to 2K. I mean, he does have Shivan, but he has to physically wait for Brian to swing with that. And he also kind of wants to be proactive here. He's gonna swing through Renoa first, see what happens. Can damage Raiden. That's 2 Raidens out, meaning Radia probably won't see it. And discard Kuja. Tap. Play remove. Interesting. Probably trying to bait the Delail to come out. Also puts him at 5 cards. So he doesn't have to ditch at the end turn. Brian says that's A-okay. It's a good draw too. Luckily, Brian's able to just play something stable here with the Wool. Oh, he's gonna play Illawa. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be a little hard for Ben to deal with. Because sadly, Barthandelus targets a lot of his things, just targets. Illawa just won't be able to get hit with much, especially with the Lail up too. So the Ben either has to try to outrace this Illawa. Gonna Scholar. Interesting. I think Taro would have been... I think it'd be more fun if Taro, if his damage ability wasn't just so far away. Like, that damage 5... Like... It's like kind of like damage 4, maybe even damage 3. I don't know. I'd probably be more fun with it. Probably damage 4. It'd be fine. Damage 5 feels like too much. To deal 4 and draw card? Yeah. That's gonna have to waste a lot if he wants to kill that. Kinda confused. Huh. Extraordinary. Yeah, I don't know exactly why Ben Scully and Siobhan. Maybe he sees something that I don't. But he isn't sitting pretty here. He might have more cards in hand, but he only has 2 backups and a slightly bigger forward, which is still within what I like to call the shoal range. And discard Kate Sif, discard Brian Vandalist, or dull Kate Sif and discard Brian Vandalist, play Mog. Sadly, another 3-cost backup that can fall victim to Doga. Doga against some decks just lets you disrupt them so hard that it sucks. Makes you wish you run backup destruction yourself. But sadly, not every single deck has access to it. Appropriate. Not every yellow. I'm not counting Dark and Light card. That's messed up. Oh wow, he's gonna play all of it. Play Kuja. Not bad, because Brian doesn't have a good way to play Shantoto, but he does have access to Iridia. Oh, you're not the only one who run. Oh, wait, no, that's bad. Next, he gets to draw a card. That was pretty dangerous for Ben. I think he could have waited until after swinging. I don't think the deck runs anything that would give it that much of a power upgrade. Yeah, but if Brian just gets a good Iridia here, he can definitely change this entire board state to nothing again. But like I said, 2 Raidens and a Bahamut are missing from the deck. So we will have to see. Gentiana has been a really nice card this set, just making dual forwards lose abilities really insane, especially against for your opponent. Like, you can technically make Brassica's like pointless. Technically. I'm pretty sure Nebraska would kill that. Oh, he's just gonna straight play the Bahamut, deal 10 to both the Gentiana and I'm assuming the Kuja. And that will also get rid of the Mog, which is some insane value, honestly. Ben can only keep up so much aggression. It's gonna draw 2. He only has 4 cards in hand. Got a digit card to play Scholar. Swing with Renault. Tyro. It's an excellent EX. No. The bane of people's existence. The Big Daddy himself. Brasco's finally on. Yeah, that card is just nuts. Some people just don't have any good way to deal with it, or have a way to deal with it. And it just kind of lets you win just some matchups so hard. But there are definitely outs. Like, I mean, still dice to 1 cost Solera. Sure, they lose a forward. Who cares? Like, you deal with the problem. You gotta rip the band-aid sooner or later. It's probably better to call it a scab, but you know. Ditch Diagito. I'm assuming he's just gonna play Rascals here. Braskas. I'll also keep the Layla up just in case for any shenanigans. Random Zalera. I think at this point Ben just straight up just can't make the comeback on this one. Nebraska is way too hard for him to deal with in any efficient way. And every single turn, Brian just gets to kill one of his forwards. Oh, he's gonna. Oh, that makes sense. Going for the swing here is going to be giving him the opportunity to scholar if he's got scholar. Too bad Brian has Loom Boom. Classic Loom Boom. And you have to do nothing for a turn. Just kind of distribute to play Citra. Oh, Dree cost or move back into his hand. Sounds like Brian still has the whale up. Veritas. Very classic card. Not a lot of people, from what I've seen, not a lot of people are choosing to play the Veritas just because it just doesn't have a good way to deal with Kadaj. But I mean, you know, it still deals with Vraska pretty appropriately and Thanos and stuff like that. So I think the card's still pretty good. It's just Kadaj allows you to play just whenever you feel like it. Instead of you having to wait for something to happen to play the Veritas. And Kadaj is obviously way cheaper. And 4 mana 9Ks, 4 mana 10Ks matter. You can play a stage to get the Barthandelus. But I don't know if that's going to be able to get him anywhere closer to a winning solution. Because Adoga's just going to keep on pinning him down from being able to play anything efficiently, especially stopping him from playing any Une plays. And now Brian's at the spot where he wants to be. He has 5 backups, he has 5 cards in hand, and he has a Loom Plume sitting ready. It's going to make it very difficult for Ben to make any comeback at all, sadly. The only way I think Ben can win this is if he somehow is able to just make sure that Brian doesn't kill him long enough for Brian to deck out. But even then, that's might be too hard for him. So we'll lose a Desh. Desh has always been kind of an interesting deck choice in his. I don't know why he runs it. Obviously, he must run it for a reason. It's probably to combo with the Martinellis. But one, it doesn't initially have haste, so that feels kind of awkward, I guess. But it is something to play, which isn't always a bad thing. Because sometimes there's turns where you just want to play a single thing and not worry about it. And there's the Felthanos. Ooh, it's Bomb City over there, dude. Felthanos, Braskas, Veritas. Yeah, that's kind of all you can do at this point is just Sephiroth, and hopefully you can't do anything about it. So we give Sephiroth haste. Sephiroth has been kind of interesting. I haven't been seeing like too many people playing Sephiroth. Maybe he's become weirdly slow again. I don't know. Like, I see him in a Remnant package, but even then, sometimes he feels like he's just not needed. But what do I know? I haven't been able to see what this meta's really like. But I think a lot of us are in the same boat. It's gonna, like I said, man, he just has bombs it. Ooh, it's living with one. But even then, he can just beat over it with the Veritas and the Felthanos. Which is a sad day indeed. Gonna ditch Lucretius. Still play the Kadaj. Probably gonna dull the Zephyr. Yeah. Pretty sure this game goes to Brian. So I don't think Ben's gonna be able to do anything with just. The problem with the deck is that its board clear is very setup-y. And the fact is you need Une and Barthandelus to get going. And another, and obviously like remove or something. So, while it does provide Ice Lightning with something that you kind of need, which is the board clear aspect to it all, it's still very hard for them when they're behind. Kadaj doing what Kadaj does. It's gonna say peace out. I'll be back in a little bit. But Brian has 0 cards in hand, meaning Sephiroth does get to dull and freeze him, but Ben has to deal with at least 2 of the forwards to survive. And one of them's a Kadaj. That's no fun for anyone. It's always an interesting card right now because like it's still like really good. It's just that now with Braska's being a card, if like Braska's the only thing to deal with, it's just like you either A, whiff on killing it and lose a forward, or B, you still kill it but you still lose a forward. Yeah, I think Ben at this point is just trying to maybe get a little bit more damage in there and either A, somehow find the wind out of this, or B, which card? The Barthandelus. Too bad. Everything has to go towards Mr. Felly. Mr. Rockefeller. Gonna enter straight at the end to the attack phase. Yeah, I'd say this one's over for Ben. Oh, so I'm gonna take a dodge first. Interesting. I mean, that doesn't really matter. And it looks like Brian wins the game. 7-4. Very good match between both of them. Sadly, Brian was just able to get that early Doga, which made it very hard for Ben to play any backups, to also challenge him in the resource game.
Excellent. Well, we're going to move on to our finals here. It's going to be Brian versus Nolan.
Ooh, Brian versus Nolan. That's going to be an interesting one indeed. Do 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 do. Dang. Secret challenger. Kevin.
Yeah, we almost had those strangest thug finals in the history of forever.
I thought I wasn't playing in the tourney. And you're right. Because I'm playing in the final.
It'll require me building a deck at lightning speed. Don't think I won't, but it'll be title and it'll be bad.
I'll allow it.
Anyway, folks, we're about to head into our final match here, like we've said. We have Nolan versus Brian here.
Already got table 1 set up. Perfect.
And for those of you just joining us, we are Epic Gaming, a card store and venue space here in Portland, Oregon. We host tournaments throughout the week for a variety of different card games. In these new times of COVID and social distancing, we have moved all of our tournaments to the online space so that our players can still stay connected as a community, but also stay safe and keep themselves away from one another so that we can move things online. With that said, looks like our players are in their match, so we're going to head on over and let Nick take it away with commentary.
No one seems to be taking the mulligan. I was going to draw a card for turn. Now...
Are we good to go, guys?
Yes.
Sounds good. Thank you.
No problem. Ooh, I think no one's also playing. Either he's playing. Oh. Playing something spicy, something lightning, either fire or water. If he knows you can declare the ability with the Selkie, so you don't have to keep revealing. Nice. Ooh, okay, I see. Okay, I know where to set it. Playing, I think, lightning water monsters? Because Skeleton is an insane card. So it's a Previa turn 1. Or he might be doing what some people have been doing, which is running the 3 costs, just search for like another color, and just run like the move go appropriate with that, and just splash in that color. So he might be running Mono Lightning with like a splash of like water for some monster package. Oh yeah, there it is. Ooh, and the spice begins. Brian was only able to play a Leo on his turn, and perfectly fine. Just a Leo and an Odin. Tap. It's gonna get Star Silver. It's gonna search for category 11. Probably it's gonna search for like a can. Maybe. Yup, there it is. 2. Gives Nolan a pretty good turn if he just wants to play a Realm if he has it. Oh, yep, there he goes. Having a Realm. Realm is such a strong card in this deck. Being able to grab 3 cost of monsters from your deck. 1, 2, 1, 1. It's gonna get the Skeleton and the Corel. That lets him get a counter on the Skeleton. Skeleton's just gonna sit there and wait until it gets enough counters so that you can just keep on breaking stuff. He's probably running Euron J2 just to get more Skeleton. Because, hey, that's a good monster. Play the Creationist. He's gonna get back a monster of his own with the Luminous Spoon that I ditched. Discard Grave. Play Clash Empty. Crack Star Symbol to play the Cam, which will search for a Dark card. I'm assuming he's gonna add Chaos. I'm assuming he's gonna put Chaos. Yeah, Degenerated. Chaos. Gonna ditch King of Elysium. So, Crow back. Or we'll play Crow. I get Crow back. Gonna get another counter on the Skeleton. And just Crow Black Knight. Attempt to. Ooh, it's gonna get King Nyx. I don't know why I called him King Nyx. But this will allow him to put Crow into the break zone and then choose one of Brian's forwards and break it. And then Nyx's effect to activate and Crow's effect. King's Wave package is really strong. So now Crow will get him back forward. And Nyx's effect can make it so that he can just gain haste, and I believe he gets the counter on the Skeleton. Which I hope he doesn't miss that. That'll get him a lot of tempo to just break the Skeleton. Yep, cool. I'm assuming he's gonna break the Skeleton here. He's also giving haste to Nyx. And he can just swing it for 2 damage. Just puts Bran on the back burner. Hopefully he has Shantoto in him. But, you know, sometimes we aren't so lucky. Gonna swing Nyx first. Ooh, Kadaj! I wonder what he wants from here. Probably gonna get the Dolan the Realm, unless he really wants to start doing some graveyard disruption with the Skeleton, which is still pretty good too. he's choosing to remove two. He's going to remove the Alba and the Crow. Interesting. Now removing the Skeleton Idol with knowledge that, or the Black Knight with the knowledge that Gao's in hand, I think, still. Very interesting indeed. He's going to swing at the Realm. It's going to be Veritas. Not bad. Those are definitely some cards you don't want to be drawing at this moment. Maybe the Veritas. But I think he'll just sack his Realm and won't be able to play another Realm, so. I wonder what they're thinking about. There's not much that can be done here this phase anyways. Brian's basically hoping he gets the Shinto though. He's gonna ditch to get the Kadaj out. Probably wants more pressure. Against if Brian does have the Shinto, Kadaj can dodge it relatively easy. This will also give him the ability to remove just really annoying recur mechanics like Loquacious and all that jazz. There's a side of me that really hopes that Brian runs Fenrir, but there's also a side of me that probably thinks he probably doesn't. What could Brian do here? I mean, Chantello's still really good. It's just he still has to deal with Kataj afterwards. That's always annoying. But you know, that's the state of matters. Ditching Illawa, only 3. Is he gonna play Rydia? Play Luminous Puma. That's not a card you want to be playing right now. Not when essentially 3 forwards are staring you down. And he has to pass the turn. This is a lot of damage coming in. Kadaj will enter. It's going to remove Odin and Loquacious. Sadly, Brian won't be able to respond to Doga hitting the Doga. The Nyx hitting Bahamut. The Realm. Ooh, Tyro. Let's search for a forward. Hopefully, you can get something to use here. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Because no matter what he plays, the Kadaj is either going to dull it or try to fight through it. Kadaj, what an annoying card. It's hard to deal with a forward that's able to just blink out every single turn. gonna grab the Rydia. That will probably help him stabilize a little bit, but the Kadash is still the problem. And let's not forget that Nolan still has Corel, so at any point, if he draws another Ford, he can just fight through it. He can just give it haste and go bonkers. Now even the Rydia won't help him too much, because at most he'll be able to do 2 forward. And the Black Knight to secure any problems, including Kadash. Let's get tap 3. By Rydia. I see Brian just doing what I do, and hoping and praying that he gets something. Sadly, it doesn't look like he got anything. You're gonna live sometimes on Rydia, and that's sometimes something you have to accept. Unless you don't wanna. You live your life how you want to. Can break the Loompoom. And get back Leo. Interesting. Ditch Leo. Ditch Braskus. Ditch Craft. Vegito. Cast Raiden. Gonna probably get rid of the Gao and that, but that's now he needs to hope for EX. Because that Kadash is still gonna be able to dull his Rydia. And they're both sitting at 0 cards in hand, but Nolan has 0 damage compared to 5. I'm pretty sure that Nolan will take this one tonight. And now they're targeting everything. Okay, that's cool. I think they're just trying to give us something fun to look at. And enter first main phase. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, you want to swing with the Kadash. Even if he gets an EX burst here that kills the Realm, that means you still have Kadash. Yeah, it's game. Alrighty, Nolan will be taking it tonight, though. Pretty sure. He's got tap 3. Get your card. Oh my goodness. Yeah, King's Kit package is super strong. But that's it.
Yep, that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you very much, Nick, for commentating. We appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. Glad to be here.
Like we said, that's going to do it for tonight's tournament. Congratulations to Brian on, not Brian, excuse me. Congratulations to Nolan on taking tonight's tournament and winning in finals. A big thank you to all our players for showing up and playing. We appreciate them showing up and helping us work through these tournaments and learn how to make them better for both them and for the stream side. Thank you much to everyone who showed up and chatted in chat, who watched the stream, who supported the stream. We really appreciate it during these trying times where we can't host our in-person events. So these all these views and whatnot really help us continue to do our thing and be able to continue to bring more content to you guys. Thank you much everyone for tuning in one last time. We hope to see you guys in the next stream. That's going to be tomorrow night for some Magic the Gathering Arena. If you are interested in joining us while we play Magic Arena, feel free to drop us a line or say hello to us in our Discord. Anyone who plays with us while we stream will get a promo code for promotional sleeves that Wizards is giving to all LGSs. Those are redeemable in Arena to add to your card back selection. We'll see you guys in the next stream. As always, stay safe and enjoy your night.